Hey, what's up, YouTube? Tony Harvin, and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'd like to thank everybody out there who tunes in to this live. It's greatly appreciated. Hope everybody is having a wonderful day, a wonderful evening, getting your dinner ready, this evening. I got to give my disclaimer at all times. My disclaimer is I'm not a pastor, preacher, bishop, apostle. I don't hold any type of office in the church. I'm not an overzealous person. I'm very humble. This here is not a sermon. This is a live conversation type of thing where we dib and dabble in conversations in reference to specific topics and whatnot. And this topic today, we're going to be touching on polygamy. Polygamy. You know what I'm saying? I was scrolling on my Facebook page earlier. I was scrolling. And the reason why I say, about the disclaimer is I just got respect for, those out there who are ministers, who are preachers and stuff like that. I'm just a regular brother. I'm just a student, for sure. So I respect those who are in position, such as pastors and apostles, who's godly for sure. But we're here to touch on polygamy. Listen, we're here to touch on polygamy. As I was stating, I was on my Facebook, and this was one person. This one person, I believe she was a Hebrew Israelite. Correct me if I'm wrong if she happened to jump on these live conversations. I doubt she does, but she was for polygamy. She was for it. She was for. I think it was on like the comment board or something like that on your news feed. When you scroll your news feed, you see people, wickedness, and things like that. So, it's pretty funny. She had a picture, and it was like two women kissing on this guy. And she was like, I'm paraphrasing, I can't wait for this to happen. As if she want that to happen to her, There are some people out there that don't mind polygamy. They don't mind that stuff. They don't mind a man having, two women at the same time. You know what I'm saying? They don't mind that. I know what happened, years ago or beforehand, before our time. All right, what up, Tyler? What up, JT? What up, Nation? What up, Tasha, Lady Shay, Healing Gently, at Comedy Combatin, Sandra Moore, Audrey Hudson, Jackie Spears, Naomi Hope. Thank you, appreciate that, Tyler. Thank you. Who else? Jesus Christ is Lord of Kings. Greetings, Brother Tony. That's what's up. So as I was stating that, a lot of people don't. What up, Valerie Walker? A lot of people don't mind that. They don't mind that. They don't mind if a woman who gives the okay for the man to have another woman or women's. Women's. They don't mind that. They like that type of stuff. We don't glorify that. You understand? And polygamy is not just those who knowingly do it. You know what I'm saying? It's not those who knowingly do it. Back in my heydays, back in my younger years, when I used to talk, when I was in my early 20s, whatever, talking to many different women. You know what I'm saying? I ain't take it to the extent that these people do with polygamy. But if my mindset was to enhance more back then on that, it could have turned into that. So whether you knowingly do polygamy and you talking to 10 to 15 different women and you a guy, you got the same principles as those people who do dabble with polygamy. What up, Jared Sims? Levy. What up? Samuel Sosa. JT says, I was thinking about you calling you Tone Loke. He says, but Loke is a Crip, I think. Crip. Jordan Down, 103. Compton. Alright? Who else in the building? Janae says, hey, Tony, God bless. Maria Nixon says, a lot of different cultures and religions practice we know different according to the scriptures. Absolutely. Listen, one is fine. One is fine. You know, if you got a wife, you got a husband, whatever, one is fine. But like I said, you know, and somebody just said it in the chat room. A lot of cultures and a lot of religions, they dabble in that type of stuff. That's what they do. What's that thing? What they call that when people get married and they like do stuff with other married couples? What is that called? What is that term called? And do y'all put that in the category also as polygamy? Oh, you said swingers. So do y'all put that in the same category as how y'all know about that? So do y'all put that in the same category as polygamy? Or would y'all? You know what I'm saying? He says swingers. Wow. That's a kinky name for that. That's a kinky name. He said swingers. Wow. Samuel Sosa say, y'all need to tell them you need to tell them let's come on back to Bible. You said Will and Jada are swingers. I mean, did Will and Jada mention that they were swingers? Jared Sims says just hoes. Oh man, that's funny. Jared Sims, you crazy. Alright? Naomi Hope says, I was about to talk about how you came up with such a heartfelt poem. Well, with me, even back in grammar school, I was good with writing. I was good with writing, you know. High school, I wrote like a script. I wrote like a little movie script or whatever. If you go to my YouTube channel, I don't know if some of y'all seen that TV commercial with title boxing that I did, a commercial. I wrote that and directed that, you know. So I always had a little talent with the words and how to write and put things together, you know. So how I came up with the poem was today. You know what I'm saying? Today, you know, at this kitchen table as I am now, you know, and just, you know, let it work. You understand? More poems will be coming for sure. All right? That was to Naomi Hope. Jesus Christ is Lord, King of Kings says, man, Brother Tony, they swinging now pineapples and flamingos. That's funny. What up, Flo? Flo. What up? Audrey Hudson. Jackie Spears, what's up? True Singer says, open relationships. Audrey said, adultery and fornication. That's what it is. You're right. You're absolutely right. You said open relationships. Unbothered says, no, that's defiling the marriage, bed, and adultery. Absolutely. I agree with you. You know? But, you know, we in this world where as though a lot of people don't follow the scriptures. You know, they want to do what they want to do. You know what I'm saying? They want to get that they want to get that extra spice by adding 1 or 2 or 3 other people in the bedroom with them. You know what I'm saying? Some people are just fascinated with those type of things. Right? JT says you called that lasciviousness. Great man 678 says open marriage is of the devil. Wow. RV, you said it's the same, so it's still sin. He's talking about polygamy and swinging. Flo says Satan has corrupted their minds with garbage. All right. JT says what? What is? You said extremeless. What up, Maddie? Albert Fuller says greetings, my young brother. Yes, this is Satan's world. His main job is to destroy God's creation anyway, anytime, and anyhow, because he's been kicked out of his original, domain. heaven. Sandra Moore says, call it STD. That's Tasha. You said CNN just did an interview on an Indian woman married to, well, she married her twin brother? Is that what you're saying, that Tasha? Sandra Moore says, I believe Noel Jones got married. Second living wife. Jones isn't a bishop. Amen. Jones avoid his warning. Noel Jones, so-called pastor bishop. Noel Jones. I remember viewing him on this what is that TV show a long time ago, The Preachers of LA or whatever. I mean, you know, he looked like he was, you know, getting in with a couple of them ladies up there, man. He looked like he was doing this thing as far as like being a player and all that. So I didn't respect that. If you call yourself, you know, a bishop or a pastor or whatever the case may be, you know, and him being like real flirtatious and stuff like that to different women. Anthony Brody, what up? What's up? RV Winkle says, but we have to agree that this modern church is not teaching God's true word. Okay. All right. Tasha says, no, she married two men that are twins. Wow. So an Indian woman married two twin brothers. Unbelievable. You know, some people just fascinated with those type of things. You know. Standing vertical, what's up? You says that's all people do. All right. Naomi Hope says, do you believe I'm in love with the Bible? I mean, you know, to each his own. For sure. All right. True Seeker says, they say it's more women than men. So I guess polygamists think they're doing woman a good favor. Woman a good favor. You funny with that one. All right. JT says, man, bro T, I be seeing some telecasts on the Truth of God that you can't find on YouTube. You should see if you can record and post these. Are you talking about like Zoom? Is that what you're talking about? That's what you're talking about, JT? You talking about Zoom? Moni Hunt says, good evening. Tony, you said much Detroit love to you. I hope that you and Pastor Gino will get a chance to come to Detroit. I would love to be baptized by Gino Jennings. Thank you for doing a lot of great work. No problem. Tam says open marriages should not be considered a marriage. I agree. Maddie says, brother, there's something special about you. I'm glad God brought you in my life. Thank you. I appreciate that. I really do. You know, amen to that. Moni Hunt says, I think it's contradictory that a man can have anywhere from 5 to 300 wives if a woman do what she's considered scornful. In her terms, a hoe. However, in Africa, they just made a lot of women can have as many husbands. Wow. I mean, that's just, honestly, that's just a mess for diseases. Like somebody said earlier, listen, you allow somebody in your bedroom, somebody else, that's defilement right there. That's defilement. You know, what somebody mentioned earlier, adultery and fornication. You know? Nation, you says, I don't like pancakes and eggs, touching eye. For sure, don't want no other woman touching my husband. He said pancakes and eggs. All right. Standing Vertical says, why wearing all those idols? I don't know what you're talking about, man. What are you talking about, idols? What are you talking about, idols? You know? Because when you talk about idols, idols could be my headphones right here. These could be my idols. I could worship these headphones. You know what I'm saying? That's an idol. When you worship something, that's an idol. You understand? A piece of paper and stuff like that at Standing Vertical. If you're talking about a shirt that says Chicago Bulls with championship rings on it, I don't worship this t-shirt. What you want me to do? Take off my t-shirt and take off my Nike hat? Then what? What you want me to do? You want me to take off the Hanes t-shirt too? You know what I'm saying? what I'm left to wear? You understand? So what you gonna do? Do you create clothes? I don't know what you follow or whatever. You know? But just relax on that. You know what I'm saying? Relax. All right? Cam the Prophet says, why did you stop posting Gino? What are you talking about? I didn't. What are you talking about? I didn't. You know, I got a lot of videos up there, man. A lot. The thing is, as I spoke about earlier, when I got terminated from YouTube twice, man, and they take down my video. They take down the videos, man. They take them down. They get flagged. They take them down. You know what I'm saying? It's almost every other week is something with my YouTube channel. I kid you not. I kid you not. You know? So, you gotta speak to YouTube on that. You know what I'm saying? You gotta speak to YouTube on that. You know, because when I start posting every day or 2 or 3 videos of the truth of God every day, I'm always like, they always bother me. You know what I'm saying? YouTube. They want to shut the channel down. They want to give me community strikes and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? They also was bothering Jude and Perdido. You know? It's crazy. You try to put out the truth, the message, and they shut my channel down twice. That all the videos was gone. Everything was gone. And technically, this is what they still trying to do. You know, they put restrictions on videos on my channel. They put restrictions. If you could see on my end, you know what I'm saying, what they did, you would know. But YouTube is not the only platform to put videos up. YouTube is just one out of many platforms to put the truth of God up. You know, Facebook, Twitter, Rumble, Daily Motion. It's all a lot of platforms to put out the truth of God. Because I'm telling you, it's gonna be one day where as though YouTube might end up like MySpace, you know, in the desert where nobody really want to go to no more. You know what I'm saying? In the desert. So you got to go to my channel. You got to go to the video archives. I have a secondary YouTube channel where there's more Truth of God videos at. I'm just dabbling more into other YouTube, to other social media platforms to put the truth of God out. That's what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? So if it don't seem like I'm active enough as before, because I'm going to other platforms over there, other platforms, and it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work breaking down these videos, taking notes, watching videos and stuff like that. You know, and I gotta do my own videos on top of that. So I'm still pushing the truth of God the same way, but just on other platforms. You know, it might be on a platform that's in Russia or a platform that's in Poland. You know, I like to hit up those social media platforms, not just YouTube. You know, I mean, I go and try to go in the areas that people is not going into. You know, I might go into a Japanese website. You know, all I gotta do is just go to Google Translate to know what words is being said on it and how to do it. That's just me. You know? All right? Who is this guy standing vertical? Standing vertical. All right? I got something for you. I got a 1, 2, 3 slip. Come up with the uppercut and usher you out right now. Peace. All right? Let's go to some more comments. That person has been ushered out. Tyler says, not related, but another school was shot up at a graduation. Wow. That's crazy. Moni Hunt. You says, Tony, you look like the player that could have multiple ladies. That's not an insult. A handsome man should always be admired just like a beautiful lady. Well, let me tell you this. You know, I appreciate the compliments. I appreciate all that. You know, I do. I really do. That's fine. You know, that's fine. And you know, I've heard that plenty of times or whatever. But my sole purpose is to get right. You know, and you said that's not an insult. Well, I've heard that before. Like people would just look at me and just prejudge me. You know what I'm saying? Prejudge me and think I'm a player. Not saying you saying it, but I've heard this before. People call me a harlot, a player, and stuff like that. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I've heard that before, just based upon how somebody look. You know what I mean? I could look at Nia Long, I could say she's beautiful, she's gorgeous. You know? I could say the same thing. You know? But within or whatever, you know, everybody is not, you know, like that who looks attractive or whatever. You know? Everybody's not like that. And I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying, that I look like the player. You know? You're saying I look I look like the player. I don't know how. You know? I really don't know how. I really don't know, but I've been hearing that like all my life almost. You know? All my life. And I've been like, what do people admire about me? You know what I'm saying? What do people admire about me? I don't know. You know? But Cam the Prophet says, I've been posting Jennings on my YouTube. Do you have any tips? Well, tips when you post Gino, just make sure you get clarification. Just make sure you get authorization. I know YouTube is, that's another thing with YouTube. They cracking down on like reused content and stuff like that. They cracking down on that. I get notifications about that with YouTube in reference to reused content. It's crazy. They is really trying to crack down YouTube. Y'all just don't want, those who ain't a YouTuber, you don't understand the stuff I gotta go through over here. You know? So just make sure you like, if you putting up Gino, put up stuff that people ain't like using too much. You know? Do that. But be sure to get authorization and stuff like that. And go to different platforms. Don't only go to YouTube. Because they on something else right now. Go to like rumble.com. Put the Truth of God on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? Daily Motion, Twitter. You know, utilize those other platforms. Because YouTube, sometimes I just don't know about it. I just don't know about YouTube sometimes. You know? They allow all this nonsense on here, but flag me for putting out positive stuff. You know how many times I got flagged? You know? And besides February, when I got terminated twice, I almost got terminated 2 more times before. You know what I'm saying? I almost got terminated before posting up Gino. It's crazy. Oh, TikTok. TikTok is another one. Yeah, man. So that's why all these other platforms like TikTok, like Daily Motion, Rumble, they growing because of what YouTube is doing, all these restrictions of like when you put out the Truth of God, but they allow Lil Nas X on here. They allow rappers to talk about dead people and disrespecting people's kids and stuff like that. But the moment you put out the Truth of God, like you flood the channel with the Truth of God, they always got something to say about it. Always got something to say. You know? Always. Alright? Tyler says, some aren't pleased with the one, so they get some more. Yeah. Listen, man. Like I said the other day, one bishop said, listen, you got to know what you're marrying, man. You got to know what you're marrying. You know? You got to know. Listen, if that's your woman, the wife you want to be with, and you think she's going to get boring in general, then Why bother? You know, why bother if you're going to get bored with somebody? Why bother? You know, why bother? You know? All right? Tam says, if everybody can have you, please stay away from me. Tam, you funny. Tam, you funny. What up, Andrew Jackson? What up, what up? Tasha says, there's the hater. Beat it. All right, Audrey Hudson says, I stay tuned into the truth of God, Gino Jennings. His true teaching sure made me take my wig off all the way, makeup too. Never thought I was looking like a fool, but I was. Amen. All right. Andrew Jackson says, he just posted Apostle not too long ago. Yeah, I did. You know, I did. You know, I was posting Gino 2-3 times a day. You know, here go YouTube. Here come YouTube. This go against community guidelines, community strikes. Here come YouTube, striking my videos. Here they come. But Little Nas X is still up here, humping on what he called the devil. You know what I'm saying? Allowing little kids to see that. You know what I mean? It's crazy. It's crazy. Unbelievable. Call Me Blessed says, hello everyone. Bro, grace and peace. Love ya. What up, Call Me Blessed? Nope in the building. Nope. Samuel Sosa said, that sucks that Gino had to push back his Europe tour, but I'm glad his oldest daughter is okay from that terrible car accident. Absolutely, man. Excuse me, horrible car accident. Absolutely, man. For sure. Prayers, man. For sure. Prayers. All right. Tasha says, Tony Harvin video helps encourage what not to do. Absolutely. You know, but I do put out the truth of God still. It don't matter. If you don't see as much as on YouTube, this channel, I have a second channel. I got rumble.com, Facebook. I'm posting in many groups on Facebook. You know, many groups. I'm sending out links over the cell phone. You know, Truth Seeker. You says polygamists better hope their spouses don't turn them. If so, they're gonna. Yeah, people do that. You know, you're in an open marriage or a polygamous type of thing going on, and that person is feeling the people or person that they having those situationships with, and they leave their spouse for them. So you're right. You're absolutely right. You know. Denise Jones says, there's a guy on YouTube that's a polygamist. He takes pictures with both of his wives. He always has a smirk on his face like I'm having my cake and eating it too. Honestly, man. Honestly, women. Everybody in general. That polygamy stuff. I don't understand how they do it. Listen. Forgive me, women. Forgive me, ladies. But one headache is enough. One headache is enough. One. Forgive me, women. One headache is enough. Listen, one headache is enough. You understand? One. No offense. Alright? Naomi Hope says, people don't know them soul ties are serious. Keep laying up with different people if you want Chile. YouTube, why you hating? You know? Nation Buyers. Bro, I can't wait to meet you in July. I'm going to remind you about the pancakes and eggs. You funny. You know what? You said YouTube is haters. Well, first it's like with YouTube, when you put up certain videos, it's like when you start to get like subscribers and stuff like that, that's when the heat is on. That's when they really watching you. And if you put out the truth of God with Gino, oh man, they on you. They on you. Shout out to other YouTubers putting out the truth of God. Listen, YouTube is gonna be on you for sure. They're gonna be on you. They're gonna be on you. Trust Trust me, they're going to be on you. Get a second YouTube channel. Sign up for rumble.com, Daily Motion. Put your videos on Twitter, Facebook. Put the Truth of God videos also on other platforms. Put them on there, you know. Make sure you save your videos too. On a flash drive, on your computer, or on a low-key YouTube channel. Keep it private. You know, when you save your stuff on private on YouTube, you know, YouTube for the memory purposes of keeping your videos, you know. All right. What up, Holly Wells? Commenting. He says, people know right from wrong. Tony, they really do. It's sad that they want to do it their way instead of living their lives the way God has written it to be lived. You're right. You're absolutely right. You're right. Tam says, playing spiritual Russian roulette. You're right. You're absolutely right. Nation. Hollywell says, what's the topic for today? Polygamy. Polygamy. You know, this is for the people who approve of polygamy. Is one enough? You know? Or one isn't enough? Question mark. You know? And polygamy, even if it's not knowingly polygamy, if you're a woman talking to 5 or 6, 7 different men, you know, and you get your ocean jumped into, that's still a form of polygamy. You understand? It is. And vice versa with the men. It's still a form of polygamy. You still got, you know, the principles of polygamy. You understand? Like I said, listen, one headache is enough. One headache is enough. I'm telling you, it is. No disrespect, woman, but one headache is enough. That's it. That is it. I'm telling you, one headache is enough. All right. Tam says Gino sermons all over YouTube streets. Absolutely. Absolutely. Shout out to C Rock Smooth, Your Holy Salvation, Jude Imperdito, you know, and all those other YouTubers that's putting out the truth of God. It's all over. You know, it's all over. You understand? All right. Moni Hunt said it's a shame that in some teachings, Tony, we just never heard of, and it's been going on in the black community for centuries. Why do people have to go to hell for what they didn't know? Well, I got that video up too. I think Gino was talking about, like, if a person didn't know. You know, I'm just paraphrasing, but it's up on my YouTube channel. You know, it's up on my YouTube channel. It's recent too. You know, it's recent too. All right. Tam said, Jake. All right. Can't read that. All right. All right. You're right. At Audrey Hudson. You're right. What is that? Savannah. You said the media pushes the polygamous and gay concepts. They do. They do. Because mostly all the videos on my channel when Gino was talking about homosexuality in the LGBT whatever community, it got restrictions on it. They limited or they shadow banned my videos. That's why the person asks, why you don't post up the truth of God, or why you don't post up the truth of God no more? Because they shadow ban my stuff. They shadow ban the videos on here. When I look at certain videos, I go back into my studio with YouTube. I look at it. I said, man, this is a nice video. And I look at the views on it, like the recent views, and it's 0. You know what I'm saying? It's absolutely 0 on it. I'm like, this is unbelievable. How YouTube or how I'm getting shadow banned on here for the truth. You know, and mostly the majority of those gay videos or those what you say, polygamous videos or concepts, they got restrictions on it. You know, it's crazy. The moment I put gay or homosexuality, you know, they got restrictions on it. from YouTube. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Alright? Rich Money says, listen, what are you trying to spell, Rich Money? I guess you're trying to spell, you says polygamy is not a sin if done the right way. It's to build a nation, a community, not about sex. Huh? Rich Money. What are you talking about, man? What are you talking about? You're gonna have to rewrite that. Alright, what up, Faith? What up, Faith? Keith Robinson says, you're talking about the Old Testament. You're talking about the Old Testament, man. Rich Money says, we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for polygamy. You're talking about the Old Testament too. Alright. Whoop, whoop. Okay. Commentary. He says, I see your brother that God created, your strong spirit to push and encourage us all to follow Jesus. Polygamy is Satan's sentence to hell. You're right. JT, they cracking me up too. they crack me up too. Especially Rich Money. Rich Money, you funny. For real. Alright. Let me see. Cam the Prophet says, this is the most asked question. Cam the Prophet. Cam the Prophet, you funny. You said this is the most asked question. And it is. People ask me this often. Are you related to Gino Jennings? I don't know why they ask that. Why do people ask, am I related to him? I'm related to Gino, yes and no. Blood relation, no. You know, I didn't look too far into that type of stuff. You understand? But if you're talking about spiritually, he's a spiritual father to a lot of people, such as myself. Yes and no, I'm related to Gino. Blood-wise, no, to my knowledge. Spiritual father-wise, yes. You know what I'm saying? You know, some people come to, oh, you favor him and you look like him. All right, cool. But that's a spiritual father. You know what I'm saying? Guidance. You know? And I'm thankful that I came across Gino. Thankful. Because I never called no other preacher or never looked at them as a spiritual father because they didn't carry that. You know? They didn't carry that father figure type. You understand? The only person I call like my father figure a little bit is my first boxing coach, Jimmy the Cat Dupree, from Jersey City, New Jersey. When I first stepped into the boxing gym, you know, he was a father figure for almost a whole hood in Jersey City to help a lot of kids get off the street and put them in the gym and get them some discipline to stay away from trouble. You know what I mean? That was the closest to our father figure ever. He passed away, Jimmy the Cat Dupree. All right. Okay. Rich Money, you funny. Keith Robinson. I don't know. I just seen that comment already. Neil, we hope you said you're not a headache. You said you're not a headache. That's funny. Andrew Jackson says keep sharing so I can help keep sharing the truth of God for sure. Absolutely will do. What up, Jerry Merritt? What up? Okay, cool. Nation Bias. Oh, you talking to Keith? All right. Comedy Company says some of the truth of God's teachings are very similar to. What are you talking about, Comedy Commenting? What you talking about? Listen, I don't know nothing about Jehovah's Witnesses or whatever. You know. He says all they do is talk. There is no prophets sitting behind Pastor Gino in the pulpit. What are you talking about, man? What are you talking about? At commenting. You know, if you see a bunch, if you see like ministers and stuff like that in the back, you know, do you know each one of them, their names and titles and stuff like that? You know, so how could you assume that somebody is not a certain, they don't hold a certain office in the church? How do you know? You know, there are thousands, tens and stuff like that. I can't pinpoint. I can't say, oh, Him. His title. Woo, this is from church. This is the church he go to. I can't do that myself, even being a YouTuber. You know. All right. What up, Pamela Green? You said it's strange how people only want to refer to the Bible when it justifies their need. What up, Shelly B? What's up? Sandra Moore says the government system has messed up minds with same-sex marriage. Amen. Amen to that. For sure. Okay, I just missed something. Forgive me. Just missed something. Tasha says, surrounded by devils and feel trapped. You're right. You know. What up, David F? What's up? You said, do I need you to be security, Naomi Hope? All right. Okay, Comedy says, that's not what I meant. I'm just saying I never heard on any of the Sunday sermons where there's a prophetic prophet test or prophet in the church. Prophet in the church. So, you stating that you never heard that. Have you ever been to, how many Truth of God events have you been to? Or temples have you been to? You know? Because there's thousands and thousands of hours of footage on YouTube and other platforms. Okay, but besides the videos and audios on the internet, there's millions more when you go to the temples and stuff like that. You know? So just let me know what temple you've been to and how many times have you been there. How long? You know? Alright? What up, Fantabulous? What up? Alright? What up, Jen Juice? You said Gino Gino is your dad in your head. Alright? John Sheffield said Gino been during this 40 plus years. 40 plus years. 40 plus years. So that's tons of hours. You know, that's tons of hours of work. You understand? All right. I would love to get my hands on True God program #1. I would love to get my hands on that. For sure. I would love to get my hands on that. True God #1. You know? Linda Green says, I thank God for you, Tony. I learned Pastor Gino from your YouTube. Appreciate it. No problem. For sure. Thank you. Okay. Get through some of these comments. Andrew Jackson said, Apostle teach the real truth. You're right. Delroy Clark. What is that? Delroy Clark. He says, be careful how you talk on the subject most don't want to speak on because that's what make most of them rich. So now you are setting up yourself for a fight with them. Now, Tony, listen. I understand what you're saying, but I feel like, I'm not bound to anybody, you know? I feel as though I can talk about anything I want. I don't care what organization say. I don't care who you are. You know, like I said somebody the other day about the Black Hebrew Israelites. They stating that, oh, you ain't qualified to talk about the Black Hebrew Israelites. Listen, I can talk about anything and everything I want on here. You know? I mean, if they're going to come and try to heckle or whatever the case may be, then so be it. You know, so be it. You know, you said that's what makes most of them rich. Yes, you're right. When they for polygamy, when they for the gay community, and when they for that stuff, yes, that's where the dollars is at. You're right. You're absolutely right. That's where the dollars is at. So when you talk against it, they're like, oh no, we don't like that. And those be the type of groups who volunteer for YouTube, who are the moderators for YouTube. You know, so that's why My channel get flagged a lot and stuff like that. But I don't care. I don't care. You know, the truth hurts. But so be it. You know, the truth hurts. So you absolutely right at Delroy Clark. You right. You right. You know, JC1 says this isn't fair. You and C-Rock are on live at the same time. I mean, I don't know. I don't know C-Rock's schedule. You know, shout out to C-Rock Smooth, who's on live. Somebody just mentioned. I don't know. You know, I didn't know he was on. To be honest with you. You know, majority of the times I'm on around 2:30 p.m. or 3 o'clock. My schedule might change to come on around this time. You know, it might change. It might change to coming on around this time. So, you know, we'll see. I mean, I'll still try to be on live how I was at 2:30, 3 o'clock. But, you know, listen, if I get tired and sleepy from work or whatever, then, hey, I'm going to have to come on this time or later. I was about to come on last night around 11. For sure. I was about to come on last night at 11 p.m. You know? All right, but polygamy. Polygamous. Swinging. Or whatever. We talking about that right now. That's the topic right now. That's the topic. Georgia. You says, greetings, Brother Harvin. So you will be at the convocation, right? Because I want to be interviewed. The truth has made me free from sin. Thanks, Pastor Gino. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'll be at the convocation. That's Saturday. That's Saturday. You know. Could it be that Friday also? You know, that I'll be there? Depends. It depends how I feel after work. You know? Depends. Sure. I'm being honest. But I was tired the last convocation. I made it out. I was tired. I was sleepy. But I made it out though. I definitely made it out. Alright. What happened? Linda Green says, stay encouraged. God has you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Linda Green says, polygamy is of the devil. You're right. It is. It is. How can one person want a variety of people? How can one person, you know, in fact, how can a variety of people agree to that relationship? How? You know, what you going to have Cindy on Monday? You're going to have Keisha on Tuesday. You're going to have Dorothy on Wednesday. Tiffany on Thursday. Deborah on Friday. Cecilia on Saturday. And you're going to get your rest on Sunday. And all these people agree to that stuff. You know? Some women do it. You know? How she going to have Derek on Monday? Raphael on Tuesday. You know, Benny on Wednesday. Anthony on Thursday. Gerard on Friday. You know? She rests on Saturday and Sunday. It's crazy. You know? It's crazy. That's honestly, that's just disgusting. You got all those body chips, different type of body chips, you know, roaming around on you. Not to mention, somebody said in the chat room, spirits. You know, spirits. Hey, Tam. Tam, you funny. Whoa. Oh, no. Like Dan says, oh, no. Not here. You understand? But some people like that stuff. Some people like that type of stuff. You know? They like that stuff. Or it was a listen, back in the heydays, I know some of us still watch those type of movies or whatever. Baby Boy. I know some of y'all seen the movie Baby Boy. Listen, you probably got saved, been baptized, but before you watch stuff like Baby Boy, Juice. He said, what is body chips? You watch stuff like Juice, Boys in the Hood. Boys in the Hood. I know you watch Baby Boy. So the actress, who played Tyree's mother, who played also in House Party. I watched the interview about her recently. You know, on her 50th birthday, she had a threesome. And she was okay with it. The actress from Baby Boy, who played his mother, she was okay with it. I don't understand, how can a woman be okay with multiple persons upon her body like that? You know, different type of body chips. You don't know if the man washed up. You know, you don't know if he did a hex or anything like that. They really living for pleasure. They just not satisfied with just one. Like I said, me personally, I don't get it. I don't get it at all. All right. You said Jezebel spirit. Flo says everyone's talking about Solomon to justify polygamy, but his love of woman was his downfall. His ending wasn't a good one. Well, listen, they could bring Solomon and stuff like that in this, but we talking about what's happening now in these days. You know, one thing Gino taught me, or taught all of us also, we should know that, you know, stuff from the Old Testament. You gotta know what applies in these days. You know what I'm saying? The differentiation of stuff that happens in the Old Testament, like sacrificing of animals for the atonement of sins. People ain't doing that in these days. What we doing? You know what I'm saying? We praying, we repenting. We ain't going to the farm out there in the country getting a cow or a sheep or a bull or something like that, or an ox, and, you know, lighting fires to sacrifice these animals for the atonements of sins. You know, like somebody said earlier in the chat room, people want to find scripture like that to justify what they like or what suits them. You know, man, Solomon did it, why can't I do it? You know. But you got to read beyond that. You know, so thank God for the ministers at the First Church for teaching that, for sure. GSP says Jezebel spirit. S. Elliott says breaking news: 3 people were shot on the campus of Xavier University in New Orleans. Wow. I don't know what's going on. Listen, I don't know what's going on out here. I don't know what's going on. I really don't know what's going on with these schools and whatnot. We know it's Satan, but it's getting crazy. It's definitely getting crazy. All right, Audrey Hudson, you said she should be ashamed of herself. Wait till she need a hip transplant to have a threesome. To have a threesome. You said that's crazy. That is crazy. John Sheffield says pray for everyone every day. Absolutely. Absolutely. Pray for your worst enemy. For sure. Pray for somebody who dropped the F-bomb in your face. You understand? Pray for everybody. Pray for somebody who did you wrong. And don't pray for them in an evil format. You understand? Nation Buyer says that's why he preached against divorce. It was allowed in the Old Testament, but God said he hates divorce. Moses allowed it for the hardness of people's hearts, but it's a no-go. What up, Tina? What up, what up, what up? GSP says pray for the lost. Absolutely. Absolutely, for sure. Tim says Jesus is the sacrificial lamb. Jesus said, now that I come, they have no excuses for their sins. Linda Green says, right, that was the old days. Solomon, you're right. Georgia Neal says, my husband, and I can hear you now, Georgia Neal. He said, my husband is all the man I need. You know what? That's what's up. That's what's up. For sure. You know? It's sad that it's not like that in these days. At all. It's sad. You know, it's absolutely sad because a person earlier I think that was you, Moni Hunt, when you mentioned about, you know, giving a compliment. You know? You mentioned that. And it's a sad thing that, some women who are married that try to come on. You know what I'm saying? They try to come on who are married. I go to their Facebook page and they married. And it's crazy. You understand? So that's encouragement right there. Definitely right there. When you said that. For sure. Naomi Hope says, Tony Harvin, can we send you poems and you pick a winner and read it on your live, please? You said, can y'all send me poems? Well, if you're gonna send me a poem, let me know if it's copywritten or if you got it from somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna write a poem and send it to me and want me to read it on a live, please let it be your own created poem. Because if I read a poem, hypothetically speaking, well, reality, if I read a poem that you got off some website or somewhere else over the internet, and I read it and it's picked up in the computer system, like, oh wow, you use this person's poem, because you'll get a copyright claim, you get a copyright warning right off the bat. If you don't get it automatically, and it could be detected also manually. You know what I'm saying? That's how crazy it is on here. So if you're gonna write a poem, you want me to read it, just make sure it's like yours. You created it, and it doesn't contradict the word of God. You understand? All right. Tyler says, I wrote a song but not a poem. I mean, if you're a singer, okay, let us hear something. Send over your audio or video at Tyler. Send it over. Send it over. James Gallon says, high school graduation at Xavier University shooting resulted in a grandmother being caught up in a crossfire and was killed. Wow. And 2 injured. That's crazy. I'm just now hearing about this. Wow, that's crazy. For sure. Georgia Neal says, I have a poem, let God arise and his enemies be to shame for trying to change God's truth. All right. If you wrote your own poem, you feel comfortable with sending it over, and you give me clearance to read it on my live, I'll read it. Send over the poem, give me written clearance over the email that I can read it or whatever, and let me know that is yours, that you didn't get it from nowhere else, and if it's copywritten, let me know if you did, or if you don't have it copywritten, let me know that also. For sure. All right. Jared Sims says, who in Arkansas with the Holy Ghost? I need to be baptized. TruthOfGod.com. You can check for the nearest temple near you. TruthOfGod.com for sure. Flo, you funny. All right. You said your poem was sincerely. All right. Cool. James says, if you marry someone, you should be happy because you took the time to do your holy work before you marry someone. Listen, a lot of people don't take the time to do their holy work on somebody when they marry them. They don't. So like somebody said, paraphrasing, that a person might get bored. And they might want another one in bed. I'm not glorifying that at all. But that's what goes on in this world. People don't analyze a person to see if this is what they really want to marry. If this is what's really compatible to them. Of course, we got to be equally yoked. I know that. You could be equally yoked. You could be all in the church and Holy Ghost filled and baptized, but that don't mean a person is compatible to you for marriage. You understand that? So, you're right. You're absolutely right on equally yoked. You're absolutely right. I agree with that, John. Absolutely. That's another big problem, where marriages fail because people ain't equally yoked. You know what I'm saying? You're right. What is that? Carisha, you said, search me, O Lord, and know my heart, I pray. All right. Cool. For sure. What time is it? Call me blessed. You says people have to understand marriage is not being attracted to each other to each other all the time, especially if you are together for a lifetime. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. Okay. You're right. It's not just about, attraction and looks and stuff like that. You're right. I agree with you on that one. But some might argue, I want to be attracted to this person. What do you say about that? That called me blessed. Like some people say, I want something that I'm attracted to, that I can look at. You know, because it's a human nature to say, man, I don't want to be with somebody that I don't desire. You said there will be times during a lifetime marriage that you completely dislike each other. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Naomi Hope says marriage is a covenant. You break it, you're unloyal to God. Call me blessed. Just ask people who've been married for 50, 60 years. Wow. Listen, 50, 60 years. Whew. Whew. Man. Whew. Flo says, I think you need to keep yourself attractive for your partner. Listen, I agree. I agree. For sure. For sure. Listen, we know it's not all about looks, but when you're not taking care of yourself and you're looking a hot mess, if you're looking a hot mess, if you get married and stuff like that, then you just fall out, start looking a hot mess. And it's not about looks, but come on, do things decently and in order. For sure. Don't get lazy. Don't let yourself get carried away and comfortable in general. All right? Call Me Blessed says, when you are with each other, that long trust, you've been through some stuff. Okay? All right. Jinju says, I personally don't want to get married because I love my personal space. People can be so jarring anyway. He said Jeremiah wasn't married, so I'm sure God won't mind. That's funny. Nation Buyer says, definitely didn't do no spiritual homework, but I didn't know any better either, and clearly neither did my mom. Listen, it's tough, man. It's tough. That marriage stuff. When I listen to people like Call Me Blessed, and there's another one by the name of Jackie McCall who comes on here who's been married for a minute. Taylor, Pastor Taylor, he come on and talk about marriage. Whew, I just be like, whew, that's something serious. Marriage is something serious, for sure. For sure. All right? You said, yes, take care of yourself. Don't let yourself go. Absolutely. Absolutely. Listen, you ain't going to find Tony Harvin in Dunkin' Donuts every day. Let myself go. No way. No way. No way at all. You says marriage sounds like another death. I think that's what Gino said. Or he said prison. He said something like that. He said marriage is prison. That's funny. That's funny. He said marriage is prison. Man. Wow, I just was like, wow. You said he did say that? Wow, he said ball and chain. Wow. Listen, man, that's why you wanna marry somebody who you're gonna be with for a lifetime. Like, getting the encouragement and the advice from people who's been married for a long time on here. So I'm thankful that people been giving a lot of advice who's been married for a while. You says you've been married for you got 10 years in, my brother. 10 years. Wow. Brian Diamond says, I've never been married, but I assume you have to keep those vows you made, as in for better or worse. What if a person gets sick and can no longer care for themselves the way they used to? Listen, Bronze Diamond, I'm talking about if a person got the activities of their limbs. We ain't talking about they sick. You know, if a person is sick, they can't really take care of themselves like that, then fine, you know. But I'm talking more so like if you're healthy, you got your limbs and stuff like that, and you just get lazy. I'm talking about like that. I'm talking about like that. I'm not saying, you know, one should leave a spouse, but encourage them to, you know, listen, you getting yourself carried away, lay off the donuts, you know, lay off the liquor, lay off the cigarettes, you know, and stuff like that. Lay off that stuff. You know what I mean? But if a person gets sick, like they said, how it go? How the vows go? For those who've been married for 20, 30 years, for better or for worse, through sickness and in health or something like that, help me out here. Those who've been married for 20, 30 years and stuff like that. You know? They always supposed to say them girls be looking good, then after marriage they be looking like Samuel L. Jackson. Yeah, a lot of people get comfortable after marriage. You know? They get comfortable after marriage. You understand? JC1 said marriage is hard work. Miss G says I got 34 years in. Wow, 34 years of marriage. I'm 38. You got married when I was 4 years old. You know what I'm saying? When I was a little kid running around with a snotty nose. You know? And climbing gates and stuff like that. 34 years. Wow. Wow. 34 years. And I'm 38 years old. Whew. Man. Don Rice says, I've been married for 400 years. JC1 says, for better or for worse, till death do you part. Whew. Anthony Brody says, do you notice that people in the alphabet community get special privileges on jobs? Well, I don't know that. You know, I don't know. I haven't heard that. They probably do. I don't know. You know, Denise Everyday says, when a person gets sick, the real test of marriage kicks in because most people leave their sick spouse because they can't A, put up with it, or B, they want sex and the sick spouse can't keep up. Wow. Wow. Whew. Huh. Wow. Wow. Wow, man. Wow. That's all I'm gonna say on that one. Tina says it's called vet. Who you want to be with, and just because you've been married for years doesn't mean you have a healthy, happy marriage. Married 25 years. Wow. 25 years. 25. Yeah. Wow. All right. He says y'all need to stop making marriage seem like bondage. If you love each other, who cares? Absolutely. All right, we're about to conclude this live. You know, I appreciate everybody for coming on the live. I appreciate everybody for coming on the live. It's greatly appreciated. Everybody has some good input on this topic of polygamy, and those who spoke on marriages and, you know, things of that manner. It's greatly appreciated. Everybody who came on the comment board today. We had to usher one person out. You know, that seemed like to be the all the time. Somebody comes in here heckling or whatever. I'm just going to delete people, man. You know, shout out to the low riders. You know, shout out to everybody out there, everybody at First Church of our Lord Jesus Christ, and those who follow the truth of God, of course. Do remember July 14th through the 17th, the Holy Convocation is coming to Greensboro, North Carolina. Visit truthofgod.com, truthofgod.com. There will be, Jinju says, who do I usher? I forgot the cat name. I think his name was Standing Vertical or something like that. So, what I was saying, July 14th through the 17th, Holy Convocation is coming to Greensboro, North Carolina. There will be interviews conducted for those who are interested to give their testimony, how they came across the truth of God and how the truth of God changed their lives and whatnot. Visit my other YouTube channel, Tony Harvin Backup Channel, Tony Harvin Backup Channel. I do also post videos on rumble.com, rumble.com. That's rumble.com. I post the Truth of God videos also on dailymotion.com, Also on Facebook. Sometimes I post Truth of God on Twitter. What else? Instagram, like once in a while, I post the Truth of God. So I'm just dishing out the Truth of God on different platforms or whatnot. Be on the lookout for news and stuff like that on here. Health and wellness videos, poetry videos. I'm just getting into a lot of other things on this YouTube channel. Things that don't go contrary to the Word of God. What else? What else? What else? What else? Shout out to all those other YouTubers out there who's putting out the Truth of God for sure. And we concluding this. May everybody have a good night. Prayers and blessings to everybody. I don't have no hatred, no malice in my heart for nobody, no unforgiveness in my heart for anybody. Alright? Be on the lookout for more videos coming from this YouTube channel and my other secondary YouTube channel. Peace.